Got CEO OD in the studio.
Yo,
Fully loaded podcast. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. How you feel?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for coming in. We're gonna go ahead and get right to it. I want to jump in with your song "Bree." Strong message. And without further ado, uh, let's let that banger go.
You're missing the love he once had for you, so you use him in to compensate for the love he had for you. Thinking that if you party, give up your body, maybe show a little ass, you get paid. Instagram page busting, snap is jumping, but from the one you love, you get nothing. Every princess need a king to look up to, not to be on knees looking up to another nigga who can care less about your feelings, cause all he want is head and some big breasts. I digress from the context. You beyond stress, then you Southmoric and you complex. Every mirror tell lies, cause the true beauty is only seen with a pair of eyes. So you gorgeous on the outside, but I can see you all torn on the inside.
I know she was raised different, and the truth is that she despised. She out here on a grave mission. She gets so caught up with these guys. Mama didn't teach her right from wrong. Papa left her in this life alone. And in this life, some people get it harder. So be strong.
And be a man to your dog. I heard some niggas took advantage of you. Yo, that broke my heart, knowing that they took the Hennessy's from you. Now your sexuality has changed, and you don't like men. I was told from your BFF.
Really?
Man, I wish I would've said something. I was too young and my OG had to move away. Around you, I got tongue-tied. I was too shy, and I never thought I could be a guy. But in my mind, reverse rewind to a perfect day when I had idle time to maybe tell you how I feel about you. And those seconds probably couldn't be without you. I should've spoke in your mama's kitchen right before she yelled at you about them damn dishes. So I bid you adieu, and I see you in the next lifetime. Badu.
I know she was raised different, and the truth is that she despised. She out here on a grave mission. She gets so caught up with these guys. Mama didn't teach her right from wrong. Papa left her in this life alone. And in this life, some people get it harder. So be strong.
And be a man to your daughters. And be a man to your daughters.
And the truth is that she despised. She out here on a grave mission. She gets so caught up with these guys. Mama didn't teach her right from wrong. Papa left her in this life alone. Like some people get it harder, so be strong.
And be a man to your daughters.
That was COD. Song's called "Bree" off his new album "Freedom." It's out now on all streaming platforms. As far as that song goes, what was your motivation for writing that song? It's a very powerful piece.
I grew up in a household where I was the only male figure. You know, I was just raised by women. And so I just took all the stories that I seen growing up in the hood and seeing in my household. And I'm married myself. And the things that my wife would tell me about her growing up. I took all those stories and I made it into one, because the most common denominator was that they really was just looking for their fathers. So I thought I'd just put a message out there.
Most definitely, I feel that. I have daughters myself, so and you know, obviously, lots of family members. Everybody has a mother.
Yeah.
That's a real powerful piece, and listening to your previous projects and listening to your current project, which I need to do more of. I haven't really had a chance to delve into it like I really want to. But you always have a balance of everything you've experienced in life. So, you got some of the deeper tracks, you got some of the more gangster tracks, I would say. But I feel like that's a representation of the different experiences you've had, and even those tracks that are a little harder have a conscious element to them. So would you mind speaking on that and how you convey your experiences into your music?
I kind of just like, when it comes to making the songs, like especially like doing the Freedom, like doing this album was like my best experience, period. Because I actually got to do it how I wanted to do it, and I always wanted to tell my story.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whether or not people like it or not, wasn't really worried about it. Excuse me, because most of the things is just my experience, and then I wanted to use how I felt. Like I don't want to all the stories. I just wanted to tell them just my point of view, and I kind of try to look at things of the glass half full. You know what I mean? And so that's what I try to convey through my music, my vision on everything. Even if it's a bad situation, I still try to look for the good in it. And I was hoping that I did that in this project. This is me. So when you hear it OD. You don't hear nobody else.
Indeed. I like that. Staying true to yourself and who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
Getting your message out the way you want to. That's important. Being an artist myself and a writer, and sometimes you write things thinking about somebody else, or thinking about how the ladies are gonna like it, or think about it how, but a lot of times the best songs are the ones you're just writing them just for yourself,
Yeah.
And it really comes through in your music that you really dig deep, introspectively, and really just write what needs to be written.
Appreciate it.
And like you said, especially on this Freedom project, I'm go into another track. Definitely would like for you to choose. Which one would you like for me to go into next?
The S550O.
All right, here we go. S550O, CEO OD, live on the Fully Loaded podcast.
Yo, heard he mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550O. Heard he mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550O. I just limo to the biz. Fuck that contract, I need a couple M's.
I mean, with all due respect, this is one entertainment. We are self-contained. Squad.
I set myself to myself, nigga. That mean I determine all my wealth, nigga. Ain't no big homie over me, I'm cutting checks. So you gonna call me CEO out of respect. No cosign, no celebrity or guest appearance. A bunch of hustles, some mad members, you need clearance. Yellow diamonds in my ear, like canary eggs. P90 got a little kick, like a midget leg. I stand on all 10, nigga, like I'm supposed to. I'm man before anything, I thought I told you. You signed for 20 bands? Well, let's break it down. 20 bands is barely $10 hourly now. That's 20 bands divided by 52, by 40 hours a week. That's $9.60. You better off being a prostitute, licking click, or some nigga flipping burgers on a night shift. My pedigree is success, I don't settle for less. I'm aiming for the head, ain't no need for no fucking vest. So let's put all that hearsay, not a rest. In 06, I bought myself out my contract. Heard he mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550O. Heard he mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550O. I just iced out my bitch.
These motherfuckers right on my neck. 20 and 60.
Fuck it, I'ma ice on my kids.
Next time, try to get all rose gold.
I'm talking generation wealth, nigga. I hustle for the future, not the present, nigga. Teach my children independence so they self-sufficient. Teach my children finances so they money different. This shit a game, more like a monopoly, an economy that constantly rip us off from the property that arguably, consistently shows us contradictory. Cause every Francis Scott Key births a Kaepernick's knee. You gotta live what you stand for. So when you go, that's what you die for. They need us, we don't need them. Aid freed us, then we fought the South and we freed them. By any means necessary, that's the Malcolm in me. I sold my music out the trunk, that's the Percy in me. So this that Master P, with that $500, turn it down $1 million to secure my legacy. Heard he mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550O. Heard he mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550O.
All right, that was S550O CEO ODs here on the Fully Loaded podcast. We are here. We just played a couple of his tracks, talk a little bit about his message and that song right there. It hinted on some of the things that are going on and that have been going on, and in the climate, the racial climate of America, and I'd just like to maybe get into that just for a minute. There's a lot going on. We transitioned from the COVID thing. Now we're more injustices towards Black people, including George Floyd, who was clearly a helpless, innocent man who was on the ground. And the life was slowly choked out of him. Not only from the guy with his knee on his neck, but the other two people who had their full weight on his body. That definitely didn't help with the blood flow and the airflow. So they were all choking him. But now, it created a lot of change. I was reading there's a whole list of things that happened all across the world because of his untimely, unjust murder, the unjust murder of George Floyd. We call it exactly what it is. So with all that climate, all that stuff going on, with the looting and people are saying we're burning down our own community, quote unquote. Like, just speak on that. What do you feel about what's going on right now?
Well, to be honest, like it's the harvest of the seed that America. It's the harvest of the seed that America planted, and at the end of the day, this is what they created. That they killed it, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they've been killing us for a long time. I was just having a discussion with my cousin last night. We talked about how normal it was for police to pull guns out of us.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
Normal.
Like,
right.
We thought it was normal. Like, pull a gun out, like, yo, like, look at him like, not normal. You look at him like, you trying to take my life, but you like, man, what are you doing?
Right.
That ain't how you supposed to react when a gun in your face.
No.
And then it's just so much injustice both like on the streets and in the laws, all that was bound to clash. As far as them looting and tearing up their neighborhood, we don't own nothing in our neighborhood. It's about time for us to own stuff in our neighborhoods.
Yes, I agree.
And from them looting and stuff, which I think it was wrong, but they had their reasoning. From that point, what I took from the looting was it was a bunch of us saying, and it wasn't just black people looting, as the fake media keeps putting out there. There was other races and other people doing it too. But the thing is that we can be independent, and we have to strive for that. After the looting is all said and done, it's really about what's after this. And what I encourage my fellow brothers to do and sisters is everybody. We gotta hit them where the pockets at, and in them polls and being active in our community. Because if they doing injustice to us and that's how we react, we gotta have a solution after that, and that is hitting them with the laws that need to be equal, getting into the pockets, and building our community. It might not happen tomorrow, but we need to build it for just the future. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Right. So, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, and I feel the same way too. And I know you could definitely go in way more into depth. And just for time's sake, we can't, fix the whole problem with just me and you here for an hour. But I appreciate you sharing that with me, and there does need to be a plan in place, and I feel the same way you do. I understand the frustration, and I was talking. I was talking to some of the people who were on the practice podcast when we were trying to get some of the sounds and the lighting issues, and I was saying that if we just have to put it into context of age also. There were people of all ages, all races, but I saw a lot of people around 20, teenagers, and I think about myself when I was that age. If I heard any inkling of somebody looting, I would have been out there. You're a little older now, have children, have responsibilities. People look at people who are dependent on me, and I'm less inclined to go out there and bust windows and things like that. Not to say I wouldn't, but that's not everybody's role, right? And I really don't feel bad about the places getting looted and things like that. I don't feel bad about it. But there was also a lot of disorganization. And if we take that same energy and focus it, and there were lots and lots of peaceful protests. Let me not say that, and I'm not insinuating that. And I gotta make sure that whoever listening, yourself included, CEO, OD, that I don't mind the burning and looting. That's the only way they listen. That's the only language they speak. It's violence. So I didn't see a lot of people get hurt. So I'm all right with it, Burn it all down. And then let's come together, like you said, and move forward with a plan and be organized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I agree to an extent. It's just about like how it's being done.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all about, to me, it's like how it's being done. I understand that frustration, but I also seen people who were like, innocent bystanders.
Yeah.
Affected by it, so it's hard for me to say burn it down. But I do understand the frustration. Right. It's just now, instead of, I just look at it like it happened.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Where do we go from here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to rebuild both financially and educationally.
Indeed.
So, but, they was mad. Everybody was mad. I'm mad still.
Right.
They still killing us, even after that. How you kill somebody in a pandemic? That's unheard of.
Man.
So we worried about racism and COVID-19. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. I'll be mad too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get back into some of that stuff, but I'd like to go ahead and play another one of your tracks. Of course, I'm gonna leave it as your choice. We already played Bree, and we played a little while ago S550O.
Try Black Tie.
All right, we're gonna be playing Black Tie. This is CEO OD, featuring GS the brand and Valentino. Let's get into it.
You can cook dough.
Deep fried calamari, heavy marinara, sedan black, blue guts for the interior. I concur, it's her reflection. This is destined. Power moves is our progression. Presidential suite, we like Obama though. I got the guards with me, call it four in them. Black tie fell, no white tees allowed. Put your cigar up, put the blunts down. Gold bottles for the celebration. Double cross dark liquor, blue dot for the occasion. Black excellence, pardon my melanin. But this is for the times they wouldn't let us in. Now we film directors, authors, CEOs, upper the echelon, where we live and goes. So the man with the time, he ain't got money, and the man with the money,
Mama,
he ain't got
I
time.
told ya, yeah, I'ma make it out in these streets. I'm here. We coming from the bottom, trying to get to the top. And although we dream this life that we live so real. We used to party on the block, but now when we leave, we celebrate like we never fell off. So chill. Black tie style of solid with some $1,000. Black Benz coupe ski with the motor growling. Couple stacks in my pocket, shawty wanna flick. Wanna drive the boat, boy, we bought the whole ship. Hotel, tell I'm gangsta by the way I step. Flow gold like was hanging dripping on my neck. But yeah, I still shine like some big baguettes. Don't sweat, got the bangy if they wanna flex. I'm blessed, good energy, I ain't gotta stress. Connect, couple million trying to make it stretch. My black skin gave me power. Minute after minute trying to stack it every hour. Crumbs to a tower, proud say it louder. Beats I devour, why you looking sour? Don't trip, I'm here to make it make sense. Celebration, toast to black excellence. Here it is, yes it is. Yeah, I'ma make it out in these streets. I'm here. We coming from the bottom, trying to get to the top. And although we dream this life that we live so real. We used to party on the block, but now when we leave, we celebrate like we never fell off. So chill.
All right, that was Black Tie. That was Black Tie. Oh, I am muted. That was Black Tie, CEO OD, featuring GS the brand and Valentino. That's off the Freedom album, available now on all streaming platforms. So go spin it, listen to it, share with your friends. It's hot music. It's untapped talent from Chicago, Inglewood, representing. And I speaking of Inglewood, that's where you're from. That's why I shouted it out. And just real quick, you know, I'm sure you get asked all the time, what was it like growing up in Inglewood?
You never really. I get asked this question a lot. It's just you never know what it's like until you get out of it and like look back at it.
Okay.
So like growing up, it's just kind of to me. It was at that time. It's kind of like normal single parent household. Most of us had one parent. Everybody was a little bit, poverty. And it was rough. You had your good times and your bad times. That was it. It just was kind of normal to me, but it's not normal if you get in depth in stories.
Right.
But it's kind of normal. But for me, it was just like living. I just felt like I had to survive like a lot. Like every day it was like a survival. So
Understood.
that's really how it was for me.
Understood. And then when did you start getting into music? How did that happen?
I had lost my father at 6, and that was like my best friend.
Wow, God rest his soul.
Yeah, so I lost him at 6, and then it was like my whole world opened up. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do. I had went to a deep depression, and I seen I didn't want to live no more by the time I was 9, and then I seen the Nas video when I was watching the box at my grandma's house, and I was like, man, I could do that.
Wow, you remember what video it was?
Yeah, it was written. I mean, If I Ruled the World, and the song was written in the intro.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, whoa, he putting the words together like that.
Right.
And then in the video, he snapped his fingers, then he going to say, I ruled the world.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I
and
remember
then
that.
I was like, man, I could do that. And so I told one of my homies, so I was 10, so my homie was like 13. I told him, like, yo, I want to rap. He like, what? So I'm like, yeah. How we going to get a studio? I'm like, I don't know. And the guy on my block had a studio. And he told me he wanted us to pay him. And my homie Jay was like, nah, we ain't got no money. And I was like, man, I'll rake your leaves every morning and clean your yard if you just let me record. So from 10 years old, that's how I got my start, cleaning his yard.
Wow.
And he'll let me record in his crib.
The bartering system.
Yeah. yeah. I ain't know what it was. I was like, I just want to record. But yeah, that's
what you need.
yeah, you know what I mean? That's how I got into it. Ever since then, I just stuck with it.
Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, and there's so many people sleeping on you right now, man. And I think that's really a travesty. But what I'm saying is your consistency and the consistent quality of your music. And there's definitely, off camera, some things we could talk about to get you the exposure that you really deserve. And I know you and I both have done it, right? Listening to the radio or what people are playing, and you say, man, I'm way more talented than that.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I mean? And not to call any artist out individually, but just the overall caliber of the most successful artists tends to. There's some dope brothers out there. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of this stuff is just slipping through, and there's no real substance to it. There's no consistency with the bars. There's no real bars. There's no. It's not solid. You know what I mean? And that music has its value, especially with the younger generation. They just want to vibe out and feel what they feel and talk their shit and be rebellious. So yeah, there's different levels to that. But I see that, you have so much talent. And I do appreciate the fact that you don't pander to people and you own all of your music. So there's definitely a lot of strength in the format and the avenue you're taking. But it seems like when we do that, when we want to own everything, it seems like the industry can kind of shun artists for that. You think about Prince, think about Michael Jackson, you think about, a lot of these huge names who owned all of their material and got pushed back from the industry. So
it's a business though. At the end of the day, when you do business, it's business. And don't know, I'm from the street, so you don't really want nobody coming on your block taking your territory. So you kind of do what you got to do to protect your territory. So I don't get mad at that anymore. That I'm not where the masses would think I should be.
Right.
It's more about I had to ask myself this some years ago. What am I doing this for? You know what I mean? and am I doing it for the right reasons? So when I had that discussion with myself, the conclusion I came up with, I'm really doing this to break a chain in my family and break a chain that's been in my family for years. And by me doing that, it won't appeal to the people in the masses because I'm breaking a mold that has never been broken in my generation. And when I say that, like, I own all my masters.
Yes.
I own I own the masters, everything. And everything I'm the boss of. And I've been that way since I decided to be independent at 18. And so I might not be as famous or worldwide, but when I sit down and talk to my children and I teach them things, they know that I know because I'm doing it. I can take my son to a meeting and I'm the man in the meeting. Like when I used to take him when I was in my 20s, when I was like 26, he was like, nah, when I was like 28, he was like about 3 or something. And he would watch me conduct meetings with people who are older than me, younger than me, and they all respecting me. That's what I want him to see because I didn't get to see that with my father. So he sees that in me. So everything I do is, it's not nothing wrong with everybody doing their thing, but my thing is just so that my kids can look back and my grandkids can look back and say, my dad, my grandfather did it his way, and he set a foundation for us to do it our way. So that's all it's about. It ain't about like being on your top 100 records. It's not about selling the most records.
Agreed.
It's all about me making sure that my kids have a head start. And by me being independent and being financially understanding my finances, I can give my son a head start. That's it. That's all it's about. At first, I wanted to get a deal. I ain't gonna lie. Till you experience that. Right. And then for me, I was like, nah, I'm straight. Let me just secure my legacy. And now my legacy is secure and I'm 34. So, my 10-year-old, awesome. He's 10, he can decide what he wants to do and be comfortable knowing that his father got his back. I didn't hide it. Excellent. So that's what I'm about, like my legacy. So I might not ever make it on nobody's list, but on my kids, I'm number one.
Yeah, and see, I hear you, and yeah, thanks you for sharing that and breaking it down the way you did. I think you understood exactly where I was coming from. Whereas your music is powerful. It's very well written. And with that being said, I'm gonna kind of jumping off a little bit off topic. The timing of your new record, the Freedom record, it was released during the COVID epidemic, right around the time when all this racial stuff was bubbling up again. I've seen you perform before, and it's a very high energy show, very, very fun to watch you do your songs it live. That you've recorded. Yeah. So now during this time, all of the bars are closed, all the clubs are closed. So I'm pretty sure it's affected the promotion of the record.
Oh yeah.
And unfortunately, that was the timing on it, and that's really because I remember you were at the studio finishing it up, and I talked to you. You said you're not doing any more shows until this record is done. Mm-hmm. You have to focus on completing this record. So now, and then when it was finally complete the way you wanted it, everything was shut down.
Everything shut down. Everything shut down. Yeah. That's exactly how I felt. Exactly. Yeah, so I just had to come up with some innovative ways. So we supposed to do a live streaming show.
Okay.
Because really, that's really what my fans love. They like my music, but they love my shows. That's the thing that sells to everyone.
Yes.
So, and I'm comfortable with that. So we trying to do a live stream show. We just trying to see with this technology, you gotta make sure everything. I want to make sure everything sound right.
Oh boy.
So you gotta make sure everything sound right and look right at the same time and sync. So I can't just be like, I'm gonna do a live show tomorrow.
Yeah, had the Teddy Riley, her whole
Right.
Teddy Riley thing
right.
going.
right. So it's a bunch of testing. It's a bunch of testing going on there, and this when the pandemic, because I dropped as soon as the pandemic was announced, and I couldn't even do nothing because I already paid for everything to be dropped that day, and I just said keep it going. And so, like, we're trying to get like live virtual equipment in, everything sold out.
Wow.
Manufacturers came in because
I
can shoot stuff off my phone, but it ain't gonna be the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna look like that Teddy Riley effect. I don't want nobody to be mad. That's all people love is my show, so I don't want to make nobody mad. So we trying to do like a live show.
Right.
Other than that, I'm gonna drop I'm still doing visuals, so I'm gonna drop another video June 19th.
Oh yeah, for Juneteenth. Wow, what great timing.
Yeah. So,
now what's that? What song is that one that the video's dropping for?
S550O.
Oh, that's one of the ones we played. S550O. He's got that video dropping. I saw some of the behind the scenes online. Yeah. It looks like you went the whole 9 yards on that video.
Yeah, we try to do our thing on that one.
Yeah. It looks very, very aesthetically pleasing. You know, very, very nice treatment on it. And I wasn't even looking out of the main camera. I was just looking at behind the scenes, probably cell phone footage, and it looked really, really good. Yeah, really good. And then who's directing that video?
The guy named Young Blaze.
Okay, I've heard of Young Blaze.
Yeah, so he do a lot of my work. So
okay,
so he's doing this. This is gonna be dope though.
Good. We're looking forward. That's gonna be dropping
June
19th, which is Juneteenth. If you don't know what it is, you better ask somebody. Google it. We're gonna get into one more song. Once again, your choice. That's good because we're about to be wrapping up in a little bit. So here we go. Farewell, CEO OD off the Freedom album.
Gave him my all in this music, poured out my life and my soul. Gave him my heart in this music, loneliest trip on the road. Travel the globe, Greyhound to Memphis on music. December the winters are cold, 0 below. Travel the bus for this music. Best friend died, niggas switch sides, hoes wanna fuck all of the music. Niggas they wanted me out, slept on my homie's couch just to get the bag in. Homie was out of his body, had my goalie score just to get the bag in. Had to rob for the music, had to scam for the music, sell a run for the music. Hated selling dope, made my last play, then I went back to the music. Bitch, I'm God body, not Illuminati. Pinkies hell high, iced out. Cardi tryna bring the Bentley back to the block. Tryna bring a platinum plaque to the block. Mom, nigga. Man, I miss my nigga Calvin and Mark. Nigga, I put on for me. Watch how you talking to me. Bitch, that's one of your team. You're playing for keeps. Top discussion is me. I'm who they all wanna be. Nigga, I'm straight from the go. Ingle was on. Mad, we be the mob. Niggas is haters and broke. Starving, sad. Boy, get on your job.
Let me clear my throat for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What that boy right there, boy, what that new boy, that's that Inglewood Southside, no love shit. Reason we call this shit right here farewell, my little niggas, cause we done with all that. Ask y'all motherfuckers for handouts and give us our recognition. We coming to take that shit, you hear me? This the Hemi house, you hear me? Big homie CEO D said we getting everything that's owed to us, nigga. Cars, land, air, space, clouds. If it's owed to us, nigga, we want it, we gon' come get it, my nigga. You know what I mean? This a farewell to all that fuck shit. So all you fake niggas move out the way and make room for some real niggas in the room. It's that 1ENT shit, nigga. We self-contained, nigga. You know what I mean? You hear me? This the Hemi house, you hear me? What he say? How you say it, big homie? Squad, nigga. Squad.
right, that was Farewell, CEO OD, off the Freedom album, available now on all streaming platforms. We are here recording here at the Fully Loaded podcast, and I'd like to thank CEO OD for being on the show. I'm going to make this available for him to post on any on his own platform, whichever outlet he wants to do. So there'll be links in the description to his Instagram. And but that being said, would you mind saying it on air, your Instagram, how people can get in contact with you?
Everything is CEOOD. So CEO_OD on all social media. Or you can go to my website, www.ceood.com. And that's it, man.
Oh, and there is a physical copy of the album available, which has 3 extra songs on there that you will not be receiving on streaming platforms. So support, reach out. This is it's also a collector's item. So
each song got a T-shirt too.
Yes,
so every song got its own T-shirt. So just do my thing. I'm doing a GoFund so I can do a live show.
Excellent. And they don't call him CEO OD for nothing. He's the man behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, figuring it all out. Doing the math, putting everything together. So his plate is really full, but still finds time to write, create, spend time with his family. His good brother, an exemplary brother. And I know it's hard for sometimes to take compliments, but and you're also a humble brother, but you deserve all the compliments in the world, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
And all the pats on the back and the hoorahs, and we need more brothers like you. Even your style of music and your style of writing, it's edgy, it's hard, it's in your face, but it's also very conscious. It's fun to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So you're a very well-rounded artist, and that just comes from you being who you are and just writing what you feel, and it just comes out that way.
Appreciate it, bro.
And I know the listeners can feel that too. Oh, before we go, I just wanted to say you have a very unique voice.
Appreciate it.
And I think that can really play well into your brand.
Yeah.
Because when you come on, you hear your voice, it's like, who's that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So just wanted to just throw that out there. When you hear CEO OD, it's no mistaking it. But yeah, man. Anything else you want to share before we get out of here?
Man, make sure y'all download the album. Log on to www.ceood.com. Like I said, I'm doing a GoFund so I can finish all 19 videos. We're going to do a virtual show.
Wow.
So we had number 2 on the videos because we couldn't shoot nothing for like 2 months. So we had number 2. All 19 videos going to be done. So the bonus tracks are going to be videos too. And so we're asking everybody to donate to the GoFund, the COOD. You go on COOD.com and you'll find it on the GoFundMe, or you go to my Instagram. And we do it every Friday, asking people to donate so we can get the videos and do this virtual show. The virtual show going to be dope.
Excellent.
It's going to be live, so.
Excellent. Yes, sir.
And I appreciate you for having me, bro.
Oh, man, I appreciate you for coming on, brother. Yeah. Until next time, man, I look forward to seeing the virtual show and seeing you live in person, and look forward to having you back on the show soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, my brother. Peace, y'all. Fully Loaded Podcast with myself, King Troy T, and CEO OD. We're signing out, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and if you want to be on the show or you have an idea for your own podcast, reach out to me and we'll talk about it, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace, y'all. And
you gotta believe, I know you feel like giving up.